بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فخامة رئيس نيكوس رئيس جمهورية قبرص، دولة رئيس الوزراء كرياكوس رئيس وزراء الجمهورية اليونانية، السيدات والسادة، يسعدني أن أرحب بكم في بلدكم الثاني مصر في القمة العاشرة للآلية الثلاثية بين مصر واليونان وقبرص، التي تجسد الروابط القوية التي تجمع بين شعوبنا ودولنا، وأصبحت نموذجا رفيعا في التعاون الإقليمي المتكامل. لقد أثبتت السنوات الماضية أن هذه الآلية ليست مجرد أداة لبحث قضايا إقليمية، بل هي شراكة راسخة تهدف إلى تعزيز الاستقرار في منطقتنا، الذي يعتمد بشكل أساسي على تعاوننا المشترك في مواجهة التحديات الاقتصادية والسياسية والاجتماعية. إن التعاون والتنسيق بين دولنا ضروري، خاصة مع تطورات الأوضاع في الشرق الأوسط، واسمحوا لي أن أعرف في هذا السياق عن تقديري لمواقف بلديكما المؤيدة لحق الشعب الفلسطيني في الحصول على استقلاله وإقامة دولته المستقلة وفقا للمرجعيات الدولية وقرارات الأمم المتحدة ذات الصلة. وأؤكد في هذا السياق على ضرورة تكثيف الجهود والضغوط من أجل التوصل إلى التهدئة في المنطقة والتعامل مع أزماتها، وعلى رأسها الحرب في غزة ولبنان، وتحقيق الاستقرار في سوريا وليبيا واليمن والسودان، وتجنب استمرار أو تصعيد الصراع في المنطقة وتحويله إلى حرب شاملة، بما سوف يترتب على ذلك من تداعيات كارثية ستطال الجميع، سواء كانت سياسية أو اقتصادية أو أمنية، فضلا عن موجات غير مسبوقة من النازحين والهجرة غير الشرعية. السيدات والسادة، يمثل التعاون الاقتصادي بين دولنا خطوة استراتيجية حيوية، ليس فقط من ناحية مساهمته في تعزيز النمو الاقتصادي، وإنما أيضا باعتباره خطوة محورية نحو تعزيز التكامل الاقتصادي الإقليمي الذي نطمح إليه. ومن هذا المنطلق أعرب عن ترحيبي بانعقاد منتدى الأعمال بين مجتمعات الأعمال في دولنا الصديقة، الذي يعقد اليوم على هامش هذه القمة، ليكون منصة لتبادل الرؤى والخبرات واستكشاف فرص تعزيز الاستثمارات المتبادلة التي تنعكس إيجابا على شعوبنا. كما أود أن أشيد بالتعاون القائم بين دولنا في مجال الطاقة، والذي أصبح عنصرا محوريا في استراتيجياتنا المشتركة، حيث يعتبر مشروع الربط الكهربائي بين مصر واليونان نقطة تحول حقيقية في تعزيز التكامل الإقليمي في هذا المجال، بما سيوفره من إمكانية تبادل الطاقة النظيفة ومساهمة فعالة في تحقيق أهداف التحول نحو الاقتصاد الأخضر. كما يعكس التعاون في مجال الغاز الطبيعي مع قبرص رؤية واضحة لما يمكن أن تحققه من نجاحات، حيث نتطلع لنقله إلى محطات التسيير المصرية لإعادة تصديره إلى الأسواق الأوروبية، مسلطين الضوء على حجم الإمكانيات المتاحة لدولنا وقدرتنا على تأمين إمدادات الطاقة لأوروبا. السيدات والسادة، تمتد الشراكة بين دولنا الثلاث لتشمل العلاقات الثقافية والتعليمية التي تعكس روابطنا الإنسانية والتاريخية. ومن هذا المنطلق فإننا ندعو إلى تطوير مشروعات مشتركة لتعزيز التعاون في مجالات مثل التعليم العالي والبحث العلمي والفنون، مما يسهم في نشر ثقافة التفاهم المتبادل. كما أود الإشارة أيضا إلى دور قطاع السياحة كأحد المحاور الأساسية لتعزيز التعاون الاقتصادي بين دولنا، حيث تزخر دولنا الثلاث بمصادر سياحية غنية ومذهلة. لذا فإن التعاون في هذا المجال، سواء من خلال الترويج المشترك للمقاصد السياحية أو تعزيز السياحة الثقافية والبيئية، سيعود بالفائدة الكبيرة على شعوبنا ويزيد من حجم السياحة بين دولنا الصديقة. وفي الختام أكرر ترحيبي بقيادتي قبرص واليونان في مصر، بقيادتي قبرص واليونان في مصر، وأؤكد على أهمية استمرار هذا التعاون العميق بين دولنا الشريكة، وأشدد على التزامنا بمواصلة العمل معا لتحقيق مصالح وازدهار شعوبنا وتعزيز التعاون على كافة الأصعدة. اسمحوا لي أن أعطي الكلمة الآن لفخامة رئيس نيكوس رئيس جمهورية قبرص، فليتفضل.
Mr. President, Prime Minister, I'm very happy that we're hosting today our 10th Trilateral Summit, 10 years after we launched this format of trilateral cooperation between our countries. It was in Cairo in 2014, and 3 years since our last meeting that took place in Athens in 2021. This partnership and its objectives are as relevant today as they were in November 2014 when this mechanism was launched. First of all, our shared values and our commitment to, first of all, to regional peace and stability are the pillars that have made all these years this partnership a success. I will say a model of cooperation in the region of Eastern Mediterranean and Greater Middle East. Today, our region is less secure and more unstable than it has ever been. The Eastern Mediterranean and the Middle East is facing complex challenges that require our united efforts. Conflicts and regional instability, energy security, economic challenges, migration, regular and irregular migration, are at the forefront of our agenda. And our collective response is crucial, is needed in order to address these challenges effectively. More than ever, we are in need of regional formats like ours that have much to contribute to peace and security and economic and human development, among others. And I want to remind everybody, Mr. President, there was a specific reason that we have launched this trilateral mechanism back in 2014. First of all, we recognize that we were facing common challenges and that there was a clear need to coordinate and take common actions. Second, we saw the opportunities and the perspective of deeper trilateral cooperation in a variety of issues, including security, energy, trade, tourism, etc. And furthermore, we, Greece and Cyprus and Greece, recognize the need to support Egypt and its government at a period when countries of the region were, if I may say, questioning or threatening the stability, the integrity of the country. And I would like to recall that the Republic of Cyprus and the Hellenic Republic, we are here in the summer of 2014, June 8, 2014, at a time, I'll repeat myself, when other countries were questioning the integrity of the country. Cyprus and Greece have decided then not only to come in Cairo and attend the inauguration ceremony, but also to take concrete steps, all necessary steps to support the government of Egypt, the Egyptians, in the context of the European Union so that it could be substantially supported. And we are very glad today that not only Cyprus and Greece, but many other EU member states understand the importance of substantially supporting Egypt. The elements that I just mentioned, the elements that brought us together, not only continue to be pertinent today, but they are even more relevant, especially with the situation in Gaza, in Libya, the situation in Syria, and the role, if I may say, that certain countries are trying to play. That is why today I really believe that we should take the opportunity in the context of this trilateral summit to give a new momentum, a new impetus and a new push for this trilateral mechanism and to our joint collaboration. And following, I'll stop here as an introductory remarks. Later I will propose some, I have to propose some specific measures in order to give a new push to this regional cooperation. Thank you, Mr. President.
شكرا فخامة رئيس نيكوس. والآن الكلمة لكم دولة رئيس الوزراء كيرياكوس. تفضل.
Thank you, Mr. President, for the wonderful hospitality. Mr. President, always good to see you, and it's a particular pleasure for me and for our delegation to be present here at our 10th trilateral summit. And I think it is right to say that since our first summit in Cairo back in 2014, this trilateral cooperation has really evolved into an exemplary mechanism of deepening cooperation. Nikos mentioned in his remarks that it is as relevant today as it was back in 2014. I would probably go a step further. I would argue that it is even more relevant today than it was in 2014 for a simple and not very pleasant reason that unfortunately our overall region has become less secure and more unstable since, which I think obliges countries which share the same values, but also the same geopolitical perspective of our region to cooperate even more strongly to address emerging challenges. We had an opportunity in our discussions to talk about the concerning developments in Syria and about the need to ensure that the territorial integrity of the country is protected, that the religious minorities are protected and respected, and that this new state-building exercise, which entails, of course, the drafting of a new constitution, does not take forever, and that specific timetables are set by those who have an interest in what is happening in Syria, in order to ensure that things will not spiral out of control. We discussed the issues related to Libya and the fact that there is a clear possible connection between the developments in Syria and the sort of maintenance of an unstable status quo in Libya, and we very much value the contributions and the input that Egypt has made when it comes to the relationship with Libya. And of course, we need to come back to the issue of what is happening in Gaza. This is a topic that we have discussed numerous times also at the European Council, and not forget what is happening in Gaza, try to work towards a ceasefire and of course the release of the hostages, and find a way to reinitiate and reignite some momentum around a two-state solution. So the geopolitical challenges that we face are many, but I think what is very positive is that we see eye to eye on all these issues, and we also recognize the need to cooperate with other important regional partners who agree with our overall positions regarding the need for a stable Middle East that will not export more problems to other countries of the region. On the other topics related to the issues that we are going to discuss today, I would also like to highlight the importance of the business forum that is taking place, which, at least as far as Greek companies are concerned, indicates renewed interest in terms of strengthening economic ties between Egypt and Greece. And let me just say a few words on the topic of energy, which was always at the forefront of our discussions. We very much value our collaboration at the East Med Gas Forum, which I think is an example of how one can use energy as a catalyst for cooperation. We're very eager, Mr. President, as you know, to further pursue the Greki interconnection project, which is a project to which the European Union attaches particular strategic value, and our teams are also working together in terms of moving the project forward, proceeding with the necessary studies, but also understanding the way in which Egypt will produce the renewable energy that will be exported through the Greki cable. And as far as we are concerned, we have a much, I think, greater interest in ensuring that a bigger percentage of the energy that will be produced will be from wind, and a smaller will be from solar, because this makes our energy systems much more complementary. And I would also like to highlight the need to move more strongly regarding a framework of cooperation when it comes to carbon capture and storage. This is going to be particularly important for European Union countries because at some point European industry and Greek industry will need to export our CO2, and we need to ensure that Europe also allows for the CO2 to be exported, and this could provide a very interesting new market for Egypt. So I think that this is an additional new field of cooperation when it comes to energy that we can clearly work on. My last point relates to the relationship between Egypt and the European Union. Nikos was very right to point out that this has been a long process. At the beginning, only few countries, I think Greece and Cyprus, at every European Council, when we discussed the Middle East, we emphasized the importance of building and forging a strategic partnership with Egypt, and that this relationship was critical also for the security and stability of Europe. This has been recognized now by the European Union. We have a strategic and comprehensive partnership agreement that we need to ensure will be executed, an agreement that demonstrates the pledge of Europe to elevate this cooperation in a wide range of domains. And I'm happy that also the President of the European Parliament is in Egypt and will meet with His Excellency tomorrow to discuss how we can also bring the European Parliament on board when it comes to strengthening this partnership. So let me stop here and thank you again, Mr. President, for the lovely hospitality.
شكرا فخامة الرئيس نيكوس ودولة رئيس الوزراء كيرياكوس. تسمحوا لي أن الإعلام بس يغادر ونستأنف عملنا.